national championship silver medalist in 2020. That was a schoolgirl level. And making her way to the blue corner, we've got another Georgian fighter, TATIA BUKIA, who got a silver at the European Schoolgirls at this very venue back in 2019. Middleweight division, 75 kilos. Plenty of noise inside the Olympic volleyball arena here in Tbilisi this afternoon. No paying spectators, no public admitted. It's still behind closed doors, but the teams have been in attendance. Some family members as well, I think, sneaking in there. And it's been very enjoyable. I've been watching the streaming of the fights over the last few days. Great to be here for the semi-finals onward. So ONEM of Turkey in the red, Bukia of Georgia in the blue. Bukia's got a significant size difference here, you would say. Gap of 5 kilos between light middleweight, which is 70 kilograms, and middleweight, which is 75. So that translates to 11 pounds. And Bukia, you would say, is right at the top end of that middleweight division. ONEM maybe towards the other end of it, because Bukia looks significantly the bigger of the two. You've got to stay on weight all the way through the competition. There's no weighing in and then blowing up in weight or anything like that you get in pro boxing. The system of amateur fighting just does not allow that. Well, Georgia gets a decision in the blue corner over in ring B, as I'm sure you can hear. And they'll be hoping that TATIA BUKIA will get the decision. Boxing out of the blue corner over in ring A. She's made a decent start here. It's been BUKIA who's really been looking to try and dictate terms. Decent jab there from BUKIA. Just short with the jab there, Bukia, who's moved around the clock face, moved around the outside of her opponent for most of this round. ONEM has, for the most part, held the centre of the ring. That was a good combination there from ONEM. Been quite cagey this opening round. The movement's been good. There's been some decent-looking jabs from Bukia, but most of them have fallen short. There's not been an awful lot that has landed, and she's having a decent finish to the round there. EYLUL ONEM. Bukia did a good job of looking like she was bossing that, and she gets it with all 5 of the judges, and I can understand why. A slight bit of kidology going on there, because, as I say, although she did look like she was in charge, she didn't actually do all that much. EYLUL ONEM has got to try and up the punch output and work rate in the second half of the fight, because Bukia has taken that one off her and stuck it in her pocket, as I said, without doing a massive amount.
Referee Turkinian Artur, Israel. Judges Montenegro, Russia, Latvia,
it's the second round.
Germany.
Bukia steps in, looks to unload the 1-2. ONEM is looking a bit more aggressive at the start of round 2. Decent jab there from Bukia. She does have that in her armoury. She's got that slight kind of archer's action when she throws that jab. What I mean by that is when she throws the left hand, that right hand does tend to flare a little bit wide. That kind of pose you got when someone's firing an arrow. If ONEM can time that jab, slip that jab and throw a left hand, then she could be in business, because, as I say, that right hand flares away from the side of Bukia's head when she throws that lead left. Well, head guard is well and truly come off there, almost midway through the fight. Nice right to the body there from ONEM. And all the Georgian supporters and coaches who were previously looking at Ring B have now relocated to Ring A, and the advice is pouring in for TATIA BUKIA. But she looks a composed kind of fighter. She's stuck to what worked for her in round one. She's difficult to hit because she keeps her opponent moving, keeps her turning, and keeps throwing that jab. You would say it's a real heavy weapon, that jab, but throws it there and then just kind of curls that right hand in round the back of the guard. She's not a spectacular fighter, Bukia, but she does a lot right. And again, the second round has been like the first. Heading towards the end of it, you would say that she has won it. And indeed she has, with all 5 of the judges. So she's 2-0 up with all of them. So unless EYLUL ONEM can do something very significant in the final round here, then we're going to have a Georgian fighter through to box for a gold medal come the finals on Sunday. So into the third and final round. TATIA BUKIA of Georgia, former European schoolgirl silver medalist, is in control here. And that's a good one too. Double jab to work her way in, and then throws that right hand. Decent right there from ONEM, who's looking to try and creep in. But Bukia's boxed a good fight here. As I said, she's bigger than ONEM. She's got that size advantage, and she's used it because she's kept this fight at her range, at her distance. As I've been saying, she's kept her opponent turning, kept her moving, made it difficult for her to get into the distance that she needs to be at. She's using that jab, constantly throwing that lead left hand. And although it's, as I said, not necessarily always a heavy kind of spearing jab, it's enough. It distracts. When it makes contact, it can set your opponent off balance, and she's given a good demonstration here, actually, TATIA BUKIA, of really what you should do if you're going to box off the back foot, if you've got that height and reach advantage, and how you use that to win a fight. Because ONEM hasn't really been able to get into this. You just wonder whether she really believed that she was going to win this fight, the Turkish fighter. There does seem to have been a lack of conviction about her. She's been reluctant to really commit and try and put it on Bukia, and that's what it was always going to need. When I say commit, I don't necessarily mean just go crazy throwing everything and be really gung-ho, but just commit to trying to close that gap, commit to some lateral movement, some head movement, and Bukia has boxed a good fight there. She's boxed a real good fight there, and she's going to go through to the final. It's going to be 3-0, I'm sure, with all 5 of the judges. So congratulations to her. She's the first middleweight through, and she will then await the winner of our next middleweight semi-final between Anastasia Sranyukov, Ukraine, and Valeria Nurudinova of Russia. Another Ukraine versus Russia battle.
And the winner of this bout by unanimous decision is a boxer from blue corner, TATIA BUKIA, Georgia.
10-8 there from Finland in the final round, 10-9 from everybody else. So as I said, 3-0 with all 5 of the judges, and she took care of business there. That's how I would describe that for TATIA BUKIA.